Hello YouTube and welcome back to Star MTG. What we have for you today is we are going to do a playtest of the Duel deck Nissa versus Nixilis. You saw me open it on the previous video. We went ahead and sleeved up the cards. Yes, we even sleeved up the tokens, and I was told to tell you that no, I'm not a magic snob. I just had extra sleeves, so I sleeved up the tokens. It's not a big deal. Okay, so this is going to be the best 2 out of 3. Each game is going to be one video, so if there are other videos, a third video or whatever, it will be as playtest number 3. So we're just going to go ahead and start up. We already shuffled each other's decks, and so we are ready to go. And so you're just going to see us play a game of Magic. And yes, I know that my library is on my left side. I like it on my left side. Plus, it's better to keep it in frame. All right, so we're going to roll and see who goes first. And the boy beats me by 1. Play or draw, boy.
I will play.
Okay, it's going to be the best 2 out of 3. We're going to play. Whoever, doesn't matter if you win or lose. We're going to swap decks for the second game, and then swap decks again to see if there's a third game. Read some stuff on Reddit to where the black deck. Oh, these are mono black and mono green, by the way. To where the black deck seem to be a little more overpowered.
I'll play a forest, and I will end my turn.
And you sound so official. I drew a card. I will play a land. And I will end turn. So it's hard for you. You most definitely can't see our hands. I might flash my hand at the camera, but I will show you what I drew, and hopefully the boy doesn't see me.
Another forest, and I will end my turn.
Casting Field Imp. That's a 1/2 flyer. I could pay 1 swamp, and it gains Death Touch until end of turn. And enter.
Play another forest.
Kind of get a bad glare if I put it too far up.
I'll play Gilt Leaf Seer. It's a 2/2 Elf Shaman. I can pay a forest, tap it, and look at the top 2 cards of my library, then put them back in any order.
Okay.
And I won my turn. And to clarify, I've never seen this deck. I've never seen them play before. I've never seen anything about these decks. Didn't even look at them online, so I will be playing this blind.
Casting Cariothal. It's a 2/1 vampire. When it dies, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool.
Just a 2/1 with... Okay, just a 2/1 without anything special.
Okay, and 1 to you. And I will end turn. So there might be some edits. We don't know how long the battery's going to last, or if the card reader doesn't read right, it might end. We'll try to edit everything out in the end, but hopefully we'll keep you abreast of what's going on.
Play Elvish Visionary. When Elvish Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card.
Isn't that in your Aristocrats deck?
It is in my Aristocrats deck.
Yeah, that's right. So these decks are not standard legal. There are plenty of reprint cards from older sets. So you can't take this thing to Friday Night Magic and play standard. But you can go down there and play Modern or Vintage or Legacy with it.
I will play Thornwald Archer. It's a 2/1 Elf Archer with Reach and Death Touch.
Of course.
And no other special abilities besides that. And I will end my turn.
I guess you didn't want my imp to keep on coming over? Is that what the deal is?
I'm fine with no pinging, so...
Casting a Hideous End, destroy target non-black creature. Its controller loses 2 life. And 1 to you. And I will enter.
Very aggressive for black.
Reading the stuff on the little cheat sheet, it said that the green deck was supposed to be a fast kind of aggro weenie type of deck, and the black was kind of like a sit and control and get big monsters out deck.
You've been paying for Death Touch, right?
I haven't, but I can.
Okay.
That's why that 1 little mana is untapped.
Okay. Okay, I will play Treetop Village. It's a land. Treetop Village enters the battlefield tapped. I can tap it and add one forest to my mana pool, or I could pay 2 and Treetop Village becomes a 3/3 green ape creature with trample until end of turn. It's still a land.
Alright. Alrighty then.
And I will end my turn.
Casting Quest for the Gravelord. It's a global enchantment. Whenever a creature dies, you may put a quest counter on Quest for the Gravelord. Remove 3 quest counters from Quest for the Gravelord and sacrifice it. Put a 5/5 black zombie giant creature token onto the battlefield.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yep. And when do you?
I will cast Vine of the Recluse. Target creature gets +1 and +1/+2 and gains reach until end of turn. Untap it. I'll put it on my Elvish Visionary and I will block.
Okay. I will pay 1 to activate Death Touch. Combat resolved. And I will end my... Oh, wait. Hang on. And...
I know, I forgot my counters in the other room. Very professional of me.
Okay, 2 creatures die, so I'm putting 2 counters on there. And I will enter. Yeah, for you guys that play casually or whatever, counters are counters. You can use dice. You could use these little rock stone thingies. I use D20s if I think it's going to be too... Okay, we stopped recording. We don't know why. Jared just activated his Gale Leaf Seer to look at the top 2 cards of his library and then put them back in any order.
And summoned my Woodborn Behemoth.
And summoned his Woodborn Behemoth. So the score is still me 20, the boy 16. And are you done?
I am done.
And he is done.
So far I'm liking this green. It's very strong.
Playing a land. Okay, I'm casting Indulgent Tormentor. It is a 5/3 flying demon. At the beginning of my upkeep, draw a card unless target opponent sacrifices a creature or pays 3 life.
I'm not too keen about that.
Nope, and you shouldn't be. And I'm done.
Play Forest. I will end turn.
Okay, untap. Draw a card. I'm going to play a land, Leechridden Swamp. Leechridden Swamp enters the battlefield tap. I can tap it and pay a mountain and tap it, and each opponent loses 1 life. Activate this ability only if you control 2 or more black permanents. or I can just use it as a land.
Okay.
So. Casting Tendrils of Corruption. Tendrils of Corruption deals X damage to target creature, and I gain X life, where X is the number of swamps I control. So
that's 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 to that. And I get 5 life.
To how much damage or how many lands you control for regenerating life?
And you deals X damage to target creature, and you gain X life, where X is the number of swamps you control. Okay. And I missed a trigger. Missing triggers are really, really bad. But I missed a trigger on my Indulgent Tormentor. So you guys can make fun of me in the comments if you want to. Alright, but I'm going to hit you for 5 flying. And no, I'm not going to hit you for 5 flying. Why am I not going to hit you for 5 flying?
You're not going to hit me because I cast Cloud Thresher. Cloud Thresher is an elemental with flash and reach. It's a 7/7. When Cloud Thresher enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each creature with flying and each player.
Okay, so
I will block the Tormentor,
obviously.
and we both take 2 damage.
Okay. Alright then. So this is what I have left in my hand. Alright, I guess I will pass turn then.
I will pass turn. It's the ending of my turn.
No, I was attacking you. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
splash. By all means, I could have let that go, though.
Eh. Untapping. I'll swing for 7.
Okay, I guess I will block with that.
And you get a sign, correct?
What?
You get a sign.
And I get a Zion token, plus 1 more for my quest counter. So I get my Scion, and then
If only I had trample.
if only, yes.
I'll end my turn.
Okay, you will end your turn. Cool. Alright.
In case for any of you wondering why I haven't been showing my hand, it's just I don't normally, so, but there you can see what I have in my hand.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Remove 3 quest counters from my quest for the Gravelord and sacrifice it. And put a 5/5 zombie giant token onto the battlefield. If you don't know what it looks like, that's what it looks like. Cast Renegade Demon. It is a 5/3 demon. Then it's just a 5/3 demon. Doesn't even fly. What kind of demon doesn't even fly?
Apparently that demon.
Does have good flavor text though. Confront it at your own peril, for it will confront you for its own amusement. And I'm done. Or pass turn.
Trying to spook me here?
No.
Obviously a lot of 5/5s hulking around your board. I'm going to cast Nissa's Chosen. If Nissa's Chosen were to die, put it on the bottom of its owner's library instead. It's a 2/3 elf warrior. And I will pay 1 to activate my Guildleaf Seer. Look at the top 2 cards of my library and put them back in any order. Now I'll pass turn.
And I will draw a card. Okay, cast in another Curio Thrall. Just a 2/1. When it dies, put another Eldrazi Scion token onto the battlefield.
Just gotta get all the Scions out there, huh?
Yeah. I'm going to cast Miner's Toll. Target player reveals a number of cards from his hand equal to the number of swamps I control. You choose one of them, and that player discards the card. So, this is what I got to choose. Find the Recluse. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains reach until end of turn. Untap it. Jedi's Life Strike. When Jedi Life enters the battlefield, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. You gain 2 life for each creature tapped this way. So I think I'm going to have you discard that. So I'll discard that for you, and then you have your card back. Okay.
Still looking pretty strong over on my end.
Okay, and then I'm going to sack my Carrier Thrall. I'm casting Altar's Reap. In addition, cost to cast Altar's Reap, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. And I will play away. And I will end my turn.
I will untap. Draw a card. Tap 3 and play Wood Elves. Wood Elves is a 1/1. When Wood Elves enters the battlefield, search your library for a forest card and put that card onto the battlefield. Then shuffle your library.
Just so you know how OCD he is, he's actually playing a game on his phone and then also playing me in Magic.
Yeah. If I weren't such an old man, I wouldn't have to wait around so long.
Remember, when you get the opportunity to cut a deck, make sure you give it a shuffle, because you never know if they top deck something or whatever. So don't be shy. Always give it a good couple of smash shuffles.
And I will pay 1 to tap my Guildleaf Seer. And let's look at the top 2 cards of my library and see which one I want first. These both suck.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
And I will pass turn.
Draw a card. So I am casting Giant Scorpion. It is a 1/3 Scorpion with Death Touch. And then I'm also casting Fetid Imp. It is a 1/2 flying, and I can pay for it to have Death Touch.
What does the Scorpion do?
Just 1/3 with Death Touch.
Okay.
And I'm done.
I will cast, or well, I guess I shouldn't say cast. I will play Colony Garden. Colony Garden enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, put a 0/1 green plant creature token onto the battlefield, and I can tap it and add 1 to my mana pool. I will pay 1 to tap my Guild Leaf Seer and do the same thing I've been doing for the past 3 turns. I'm thinking.
Apparently.
That's a weird card. I will end. The bad thing about scrying and looking at the top cards of your library is that no matter what, you never get that feeling of, alright, the next card will save me. Or the next card will win it for me. Very unfortunate, but...
Okay. I'm casting Doomblade. Destroy target non-black creature.
Yeah, saw that coming.
And 12 to you. All on the ground. One with Death Touch, one with Flying, and maybe Death Touch. The other 10 are on the ground.
Okay. I'm going to pay 2 for Treetop Village to become a 3/3 green ape creature with trample. Until end of turn, I will block the Renegade Demon. And... that leaves me with taking 7. No. I'm going to cast Mind of the Recluse. Target creature gets +1/+2 and gains reach until end of turn. Untap it. I'll give it to my Guild Leaf Seer, who becomes a 1/3/4. Yeah, a 3/4, and I will use both my Nissa's Chosen and Guild Leaf Seer to block your zombie giant. 2/3/3/4.
Okay. Alright, let's give 4 to this, 1 to that. And, what was that?
It's a 3/3.
Oh.
Still a land.
What?
Still a land. Goes to the graveyard, right?
Yep.
Had to make sure. It's been a while since I've played.
No problem.
And I take 2.
Yep. Score is now 23 to 12. And looks like I'm done.
play a Fertile Duel. I don't know how to pronounce that. Say 0/0 when it enters the battlefield, or it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and I can pay to remove it. I can pay to remove it, to remove a +1/+1 counter from it. Then target player searches his or her library for a basic land card and puts that card onto the battlefield. Tapped, and shuffles their library.
Okay, before I start my turn, we're going to switch out batteries and then we'll start again. Okay, now I will start my turn.
We have to say welcome back to part 2.
Well, again, I'm going to edit it all together so they won't know it's part 2. Well, they probably will because I said I was going to change out my battery. And look what I got. Gotta love that, huh? Okay, playing land. And 2D.
I'll take it for now.
10 to 23, and I'm done.
Okay, this is worded really oddly, so I don't know if I have to shuffle after this. Alright. I'm going to play Gia's Blessing. It's a sorcery. Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from his or her graveyard into his or her library. Draw a card. When Gia's Blessing is put from your graveyard, is put into your graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know.
Okay, alright, so target player, so you can make me shuffle up to 3 target cards from his or her graveyard into my library. Or you can do it. Draw a card, and then you put this into your graveyard and then shuffle your library. So
I shuffle them into my library,
right,
then draw.
Let's break it down. Who's your target player? Is that going to be
me?
Okay. Take 3 cards from your graveyard and put them into your library.
These are my chosen cards.
Okay.
I shuffled them into my library.
Yep. Now draw a card. Okay. When it's put into the graveyard, which you're doing right now, shuffle your whole graveyard into your library.
There we go. That was way more complicated than it needed.
Yeah, it needed to be, yeah. That's probably a good two-headed giant card or something like that.
Yeah. I'd agree. It's helpful, but complicated. Thanks for just flinging a forest out.
I say you didn't need that forest, did you?
Okay. I will play JD Lifestrider. It's a 2/8. When JD or Jaddy, Life Strider enters the battlefield, I may tap any number of untapped creatures I control. I gain 2 life for each creature tapped this way. So for a total of 8, or for a total of 4, I will gain 8 life. Puts me back up to 18.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Then I take it.
I will end my turn. Got a little bit of a mana flood right there.
And when do you...
It's only going to take you 17 turns.
Yep. And I'm done.
This JD Life Strider is a great card. Reminds me of Wall of Junk.
You want that wall of junk.
It's an awesome card.
Mm-hmm. Try to keep him back a little bit. We're getting a glare off the light. Yeah, this game is lasting much longer than I thought it was.
I'll play Cloud Thresher. 7/7 with Reach and Flash, which I'm not using. When Cloud Thresher enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each creature with flying and each player. So that, and we will take 2 damage. Sets me down to 15.
And you don't have nothing flying?
I do not have anything flying.
Okay.
And I can't really do anything else, so I will end.
Untap. Because I had so much stuff to untap. And guess what I got? And I'm done.
Hey, if you ever get a pay X, you're going to be set. Well, it's going to come sooner, huh? I actually really like this card. This is probably in my top 5 favorite green that I apparently have now. Oran Reef Hydra. It is a 5/5 with Trample and Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, put a +1/+1 counter on Oran Reef Hydra. If that land is a forest, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Oran Reef Hydra instead.
Okay, so you don't have to put any counters on it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Although I will pay 2, remove a +1/+1 counter from my Ferteld, or however you pronounce it, and switch my library for a basic land card, then put that land card on the battlefield tapped. That player shuffles his or her library. It is a forest, so my Oran Reef Hydra gets +2/+2. So it is now a 7/7. Big ol' Hydra. So far I'm enjoying green. I'm enjoying this green at least. And I will end my turn.
How many cards you got in here?
None.
I'm done.
Play Scythe Hydra, or Scythe Leopard. Not Hydra. It's a 1/1 with landfall. Whenever I land enters the battlefield, under my control, Scythe Hydra gets Scythe Leopard gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
Alright, something's counting down on the camera. Hang on a minute. What happens when it reaches 0? It's 0. Okay, we had to switch out SD cards, but we're back, and the boy is getting ready to start his combat phase.
Yeah, real professional, eating on camera.
What are you gonna do?
I will swing for 7 with Cloud Thresher. And that will end my turn. I'm running out of options.
Most definitely none of the options that I like. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Casting Nixilis reignited.
That's interesting.
Okay. I'm going to remove 3 loyalty counters to destroy target creature. I'm done.
Good delay. I'm going to play Woodborn Behemoth. It's a 4/4 elemental. As long as I control 8 or more lands, Woodborn Behemoth gets +4/+4 and has trample. And I do control 8 or more lands.
So what is it?
It's a 8/8 with trample.
What are you gonna do?
Nixilis is a problem, so I'm going to attack Nixilis with my Cloud Thresher, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attack you for...
I don't think you can split your attacks. It's all or nothing. Either you attack me or the Planeswalker.
Alright. We'll check that afterwards. Alright, I will attack Nixilis with my Cloud Mesher and my Nissa's Chosen. And thus Nixilis lives to fight another day.
Yeah, done?
Mm-hmm. I am done.
I will...
Not exactly a even match so far, but anything could happen. 21 life.
Okay, I'm gonna use my +1 ability to draw a card and I lose 1 life.
Hope it's a good draw.
Me too.
Big summoning cost here.
Yeah, not as big as you think. Casting the Desecration Demon. It is a 6/6 flying demon. At the beginning of each combat, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If a player does, tap Discretion Demon and put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
I'll play Guilt Leaf Seer. Pay 1, tap it. Look at the top 2 cards of my library. Put them back in any order. Okay. 8, 10, 12 swinging at Ob. If Nissa's chosen would die, put it on the bottom of its owner's library instead.
Already.
I'll end turn.
Casting a Pestilence Demon. It's a 7/6 flying demon. I can pay one swamp, and it deals 1 damage to each creature and each player.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Cast Elvish Visionary. When Elvish Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card. I will pay 1, tap Guild Leaf Seer. Took the top 2 cards in my library and put them back in any order. I'll end my turn.
Okay, it's at my combat phase, or actually my main phase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 5 to deal 5 damage to each player and each creature. So that drops me down to 15.
Drops me down to 10.
And 13 to you flying.
Oh shit, they both have flying.
Yep.
Alright. Good game.
Okay, so first game goes to Nixilis. A lot of video to edit for, for this first game. This is going to be best 2 out of 3, so this next game that you're going to see will be the boy will have black and I will have green, and we'll see where it goes from there. So stand by for game 2, and we'll get that started.